And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it.
And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. A comma and a comma and a comma. Gotta get it. Comma and a comma. Gotta get it. And it's a ticket talking Mazda for the biggest. That's a comma and.
Hey everybody, welcome. This is Waifu Views, your favorite female blur-led podcast, giving you everything fandom with a side of beautiful waifus. We are here today on a Monday because that is just how detective season has been. And we are glad that you're joining us today. I am Ebony Moonbeam. You can find me on all social media platforms. I'm a cosplayer. 1/3 of this beautiful host. You can catch me on the Blurred Cartels Roundtable on Wednesdays, and the 3-episode rule drops on YouTube under the Blurred Cartel as well. And I am here with the beautiful ladies per usual.
Hello everybody, it's good to be with you again. It is Sunkissed Waifu. On Facebook it will be Aisha Morgan. Everything else, Sunkissed_waifu. That's TikTok, Instagram, Twitch, and I think formerly known as Twitter.
And I am Honey Shar. I go by A Shar of Honey. You can find me at A Shar of Honey on all platforms. That's like a jar of honey, only sweeter.
Woo-hoo.
Yes. Love it.
Gotta love it. So today we are finishing out our detective anime series that we've been on. We have given you a couple of fun games. We have given you a anime review for, what have we done so far?
Ooh, Deranged Detective,
which was easily a chef's kiss for all three of us, so be sure to check that out. We covered a couple of different detective anime in our blind ranking. So you got some titles there, stuff like Detective Conan, Char's favorite, Psychopaths, Bungo Stray Dogs, another favorite of ours, amongst some other things. And today we are going to be covering the anime. It's a throwback anime. We're going to try and give you guys some more throwback anime like once a month. And so this one is from 2020, and it is ID Invaded. And it was very popular. It came out in 2020. Well, I don't know if it was super popular, but you get what I'm saying. It came out in 2020 in the height of the pandemic, which is why it may have been missed. And the plot is we are introduced to a place called Kura. It's an organization that investigates crime using the Mizu Haname system, which senses the drive to kill. Our main character, Sakaido, is a brilliant detective and pilot of the Mizu Haname. To solve a case, he enters the world of the killer's unconscious mind, which is called the Idwell. In the shadows of brutal and puzzling cases lurks John Walker, the serial killer creator, and we follow a couple of different stories turning into a bigger one, but that is really the gist of this particular anime so far. And before we get into all the fun characters and stuff like that, how did you feel going in? Did you watch it because we were reviewing it? Had you watched it when it came out? Let's start there. What you got for me, Shar?
I had watched it a while back. I did kind of try to rewatch it just so it could be fresh in my memory for this, but I really liked it. I think that ID Invaded has one of the better openings of like a detective anime. It catches your attention right away. Something like right off the bat, it reminds me of Minority Report, the movie.
Okay.
And there's another movie, but it's like those two movies mixed together. But this, if you were to tell me like this turned into a movie, it definitely would be Minority Report. Like it's the same like setup.
I could see that. I could definitely see that. Whew. I'm gonna be honest. I watched it because we were reviewing it. I had not seen it,
Okay.
had not heard of it. Yeah. So for y'all, I did it for y'all,
We
and
appreciate
I
that.
did. I did because let's be honest, I wasn't into the whole mystery scene before. So this one, I do like what Shar said about the opener. Like, oh, da 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 da. I remember
What's happening?
I have no idea. It's like she just went into the shadow realm for a second.
Like that was.
Like camera out. Okay. Well, she'll be back. Maybe her phone died.
Uh,
Um, but I'll go on and tell you guys how I looked at it. So I watched it back in 2020. I looked at it and instantly, just from the photo, this is one of the many cover photos that they have, posters that they have. And I instantly was interested. I was like, what the heck is this? And then when I started, dropped into the abyss. It's kind of like this character on the front of the screen, on the front of the screen. And basically, when I checked it out, just like you said, enjoyed the song, the visuals in the beginning and the song. I was like, okay, I like this. And I went in and I was kind of immersed in this kind of world, which I really liked and appreciated. Just like you, I instantly got Minority Report vibes, which is easily one of my favorite movies. And it was also kind of like a Minority Report and Catch Me If You Can kind of
I
thing.
I remember the one Inception.
Inception, that too.
It's like
Yes.
Inception.
It's like a baby of all three of those movies
Yeah.
melded together. And minus but there's not really any comedy in it, like in Catch
Right.
Me If You Can. So yeah, that's basically the premise of this anime. What did you think about the visuals, like the artwork? Because it did come out in 2020, so it's not like the newest style of artwork as we're used to kind of in 2024. But it was somewhat different to me for some reason than what I remember watching in 2020. I remember
Mhm.
thinking it looked kind of unique. So, uh,
It, it does have like those elements of like its own kind of art style, but it's still reminiscent. Like to me, it's on that cusp of the anime style that we're going into now, and kind of like the anime style we had like transitioning into like our adult years kind of, so not too far ago in what's coming up. I really did like the visuals on this. I thought even the way that like the the wells were or whatever, like
mm,
the artistry
oh
of it, and
yeah,
the architecture, even it was pretty cool to me. And the even how they drew the girl, like when she came out
yeah,
of that thing, it was like the colors were perfect to me. The whole like dynamic and the way everything looked, I really liked it.
I agree. I agree. Did anything stand out to you, Ish, about the animation, especially since it
oh,
came out in 2020?
about the animation. Never mind. Um,
Oh my god.
whoopsie. Um, it was capturing for as dark as it kind of came off. Like as far as like the whole detective scene thing, I felt like the muted colors matched.
Mm-hmm.
As far as like
Yeah.
pastel, like his hair was like pastel pink. It wasn't like pink. So I
Yeah.
was like, it kind of matched the whole vibe of the anime for me.
Yeah, I think everything worked well. Their clothing, the way they stylized them, it was refreshing even to rewatch it because I rewatched it, so it was fresh in my mind as well. I was like, dang, I still really like how this looks. It's so cool looking. Well, it just like you said, Shar. It's the world itself looks like an animated version of what Inception would look like. So,
Inception. That's the movie I was
yep.
trying to think of when she was talking about Minority Report.
Oh
But
yeah, I remembered it later. I was like, that's what it was.
so first up, we have the main character, which is Sakaido.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we already said that we liked his colored hair. Sakaido is actually the persona that Akihito Narisago, which I'm sure I butchered that last name, but he goes by when he is the brilliant detective.
Mm-hmm.
And so we see him in multiple ways. We see him on, which I don't know if it's your left or my left, but we see him where he looks younger and more put together. That is him in the Idwell. And then
Mm-hmm.
on the other side, we have him a little disheveled and looking like he didn't have a hard
Scruffy.
life. And that is the real world. What did we think about his character as a whole? Because, which I didn't explain to everybody, he is a former police detective.
Mm-hmm.
And they start episode 1 where he is diving into this Idwell and he is looking to solve a murder for a girl named Kairu. In the process of that, you do learn in the very first episode that the only way that you have the ability to dive into an Idwell is if you've killed someone. And at this point, you only know that he's killed someone. You don't know that he's a former police officer. But just knowing what we know coming from like the first episode, former police officer has clearly killed someone. We don't know who or why, but that he's also very smart, but he has another side to him when he gets pulled out of the Idwell. What did we think about his character as a whole?
Mm. I'd like for him to
Um,
jump into my Idwell.
And you
wow.
know what? I knew that's what you were going to say.
Yes. And not even the
Mhm.
clean cut version of him inside the Idwell. That one on the right, the real one, the one who could talk to criminals about some stuff. Give me that one. I want that one. I do.
Wow.
Come to
Okay.
mama.
I'm not mad at it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um. huh. I liked his. I appreciated his character. I ain't gonna lie. The first time watching it, I did get confused for a second because I was like, his change was so drastic and
Mm-hmm.
quick. I didn't know it was the same character. So other than that, though, I thought he was well played. Um, like I said, it is very reminiscent of Minority Report and Inception because the things that happen to him and how he goes about it is very Leonardo DiCaprio. Like that's his character. Like it's the same. But yeah, I thought for a main character he was decent. He was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I liked all the depth that this character has. It's like every time they discuss this character or you see this character do something new, you understand that they like he's really like the definition of an onion. You just keep peeling back layers and finding out more of his personality, his psyche, who he used to be, who he is now, who he is in the Idwell. And I loved the character design. I remember thinking he was so fine back in 2020. Thinking of his younger version, like his more put together version. But watching it again, I love the toxicity of the older, disheveled trauma victim that is
Oh,
the real version of this man. I love every bit of it.
the power
Um,
behind those eyes.
yeah, like that
Mm.
looks. Mm-hmm. Not
How
even
you
gonna.
doing?
Right. Like I can heal you. I can be your
Oh,
personal therapist. I got all different forms
yes.
of therapy. So I definitely felt the exact same way. And just like Shar said, this character, a lot of what he does is reminiscent to, the world, in my opinion, is closer to both Inception and Minority Report, but his character in particular is kind of Tom Cruise's character in Minority Report. Like
Hmm.
that is who this man is. And so I think that's one of the reasons why I instantly gravitated towards it and just had to stick with it. because you find out something new about every character and the system as a whole each episode. Like, this isn't a show that you ever get to a point outside of the very end where you feel like you got it and understood it. And I'm glad I rewatched it a second time, because when I've recommended it, I've told people like it may or may not be one of those anime that you have to watch more than once, just because there's so like there's these little details. And I think that's reminiscent of like Inception as well. You know, you pick up on a lot, but every time you watch it, you notice something else that you didn't pick up before, and then it just makes the work of art even better. So I liked his character.
You know what else we could sprinkle on top of that? Shutter Island.
Yes.
Yeah.
I could see that too. I definitely can. Gosh, Leo, great Leo. So next up, we have Cura. And these are all the members of Cura. Now, the Cura is a politically independent and highly secretive police organization that's based in Tokyo, and they're dedicated to investigating homicide cases. They operate and have exclusive access to the Mizo Haname system, which is used in conjunction with Wakamasubis, which collect and recognize cognitive particles that are left behind on people that have the intent to kill, as well as brilliant detectives to determine the identities and serial killers through the IDWell. And this is a very intricate freaking system. Like, yeah, I think you literally have to watch every single episode to fully understand and grasp this system. There's different characters that do different things. So these are the main members of Cura. So we have the chief on the far left. We have the acting chief currently, which is next to him. Then we have the director and the assistant director, and then other people that are main characters that work in it, like analysts and stuff like that. So we have Takehiko Hasuru, which is the first guy I mentioned. Then we have Shiro Kofuku. Then we have Funetaro Momoki. And we have I already said him. And then we have old girl, which is Serena Togo. And these are the big wigs up at the top. I'm like moving my mouse, like y'all can see that. But up at the top, we have basically the leads of this whole system. And then on the bottom, we have other major workings. This is a confidential facility. Is like offsite. People do not know the existence of this machine and what they're doing and how they are solving these murder cases. And another thing to mention is they are both solving cases through the unconscious mind while also doing it in the real world. So they're using them in conjunction. So they also have things like field agents. They also have pilots, which are all of these characters that can go in that have killed someone, that are able to become brilliant detectives in this world. We also have some antagonists, which I'll just drop a quick pick because these aren't spoilers, but these are the villains of a couple of the villains of the show, minus two major ones, because that would be a spoiler for you guys. With this system, did you understand it? The first go round, did you have to rewind a couple of episodes?
Yes. 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 Because I was like, what are they detecting? Cognitive particles? What? And then the whole, I was just like, okay. So it took me a couple tries on a few episodes. I'm like, oh, I kind of get it now. And then, no, because I can't say too much because I'm going to end up spoiling. But yeah, it took a couple watches. especially for starting late. Oops.
Oh yeah. Don't watch this and do other things. So when I first watched it, I watched it in sub. And so this time when I rewatched it back, I watched it in dub. So I can say that the voice acting is top tier on both versions. I actually probably favor the English dub over the sub, surprisingly. And but even listening to it and like doing other things, I'd be like, oh shit. I have to
Yeah.
rewind it and rewatch it. So finally I was like, okay, just sit still and do your thing. Binge the way you typically binge and handle your business. So it
Yeah.
was definitely one of those multiple watches you gotta tune in. But did we like the system and the world that they built?
Um, yes and no, because
Mm-hmm.
I have the same gripe that I had with minority. Why can I not say that
Minority
today?
Report.
Minority Report. I have the same gripe in that, like, it's pretty much predicting what someone's thoughts are and not what they do. So it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of like
Psychopaths.
preemptive. Yeah, it's
It
like
is.
preemptive crime. So it's in some aspect it doesn't seem fully fair. But I mean, I think
And
it's
the
kind of
fact
dope.
that they can measure it in levels.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, who's to determine like what levels qualify for what?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, he just wanted
That's
to kill him just a little bit. No, he really wanted to kill him. Like,
yeah. What got I think that was one of my personal gripes was that they never fully explain where all of this came from and started. You know, like in Psychopaths, they break down like how the world was and all that stuff like that. And though you may not see it the majority of the anime, you do end up understanding what the Sybil system is, what started it, where it came from, kind of thing. So you get a better understanding later on. But this, you know, they don't give you any stats or like what the world used to be like. The crime rate used to be like this, and since the beginning of this, the crime rate's gone down, and this and that. You just know that there's some supernatural stuff involved, which with also aligned with extremely advanced technology. And so you don't really get a background of this system and how it came about. And I think that that makes it even a little bit more, it could be considered convoluted and a little bit confusing for some people because you don't know where it's coming from. And just like you said, it doesn't seem fair. It comes across as extremely immoral. And that is one of the reasons why you can tell that it's top secret. But which I'll just say at the end of the anime, I was surprised both the first time and again with what comes about like what happens in the final scene, like how like after all this crazy stuff happens, what they do next. I would have expected it to go one way and it didn't. Hey, wives of anime, hello. Hey, Watts, thanks for tuning in. I also made him watch this anime so he could broaden his anime horizon because you
oh,
know
you
I
being an
love bullying
anime bully,
people.
huh?
Yeah, yeah, you know I love bullying people into anime, so that's that.
You
That's for
know,
you guys.
it that last, not the last scene, that last like episode also reminded me of Monsters Inc. of them
Yes.
going through the doors.
Yep.
Like as soon as I saw them like do it with the mask thing, I was like, Monsters Inc.
It's good. I appreciate the mystery, but I do sometimes wish that I would have gotten a little bit more. And I thought that we were going to get a second season to kind of fill in any potential loose holes, like loose ends and stuff. But unfortunately, it didn't get picked up for a season two, and I feel like that was an opportunity missed, because the world in this anime is really unique and interesting. You don't really see a whole lot of anime like that, and typically they do, the anime that's like that do well. Hence, stuff like Psychopaths, which in my opinion is the best in the genre when it comes to immoral systems and predicting people's murderous intent or potential to be a criminal and stuff. So you can tell that they definitely took some inspiration from Psychopaths, which I appreciate. So we also have two other interesting characters. This guy right here. I'm going to move this to the side again. So we have this guy right here.
I kind of liked him.
I loved him. So on the left, this is Detective Anido, the brilliant Detective Anido. On the other side, that is, I can't say his nickname. I gotta tell you this real quick. Because that will be a spoiler in itself. His name is, I will remember it in 0.5 seconds. His name is Tamotsu Fukuda. And he was a ball of joy and fun for me.
I really liked him.
He was so damn interesting.
Yeah.
Like, everything from his character design, his philosophy, finding out why he does the things that he does, I thought was really interesting. And then he was funny.
Yeah, he was definitely the comic relief.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really appreciated that. And then we also have Ms. Kahara Hondomachi, which you see two versions of her, because she is also a brilliant detective as well as a field analyst for Kura. She ends up becoming to be a part of the Brilliant Detectives, which, if that doesn't tell you anything, that means she killed someone. And she goes by Mio when she is inside the Idwell. Did you like her character? Because I remember when I first watched it, I felt like she was annoying. And she grew on me. Yeah, she was annoying, and then she kind of grew on me. This time around, she was less annoying, but I still was like, why is this little girl here? Until I remembered that she's like 21, actually.
Yeah, she definitely annoyed me at first. She definitely, after her meeting with Hole in the Head guy, she did start to grow on me, and by the end, I liked her enough. But yeah, how she came on, I was like, like this is one of those characters. But she definitely changed, and for being 21, she was very naive at first.
Yeah.
Where?
So you want to give us your opinion on Miss Hondomachi?
I'm not gonna lie. I thought she was younger than what she was until he was like, "Hey, yo, you like 23.
How old are you?"
I'm 20. I'm sorry, what? She's how old? And we blushing at this?
Right.
Hey. I mean, I get that part a little bit.
He was kind of cute though, holding his head and all. He was kind of cute. I was like, all right, I can get down with the get down.
But no, she was super smart, so I was rocking with her. At least in the beginning.
So what did we think about the antagonists? So I'm not going to list their names because I don't want to spoil anything too much. But when it comes to these villains or antagonists, what did we think about? Because each storyline we find, one thing that I do love, which we spoke about the deranged detective, was that they are following a different case each episode, or every like 2 episodes. So I really enjoyed that aspect of it, because you never know what you're going to get. And all of these serial killers are very different, but they all have like something in common. And So I really liked that. I hated the names that they came up with, like the tongue twister, the challenge. The challenger wasn't bad, but the tongue twister. What was it? The thigh thrasher or thigh. It was a lot, but
Was it a perforator or perfector
the
or something like that?
perforator, the
Perforate. I was like,
perforator's
what?
one. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It was interesting, but I guess it makes sense. It was probably the easiest way to classify them based off of the horrible ways they killed people.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, he did things with their tongues, the tongue. But there was one like with the hands. It was something crazy. Um, what did we think about the reasoning behind these characters doing what they did and also their methods?
Um. Yeah. While their names were cheesy, I still find, because none of them were like the main antagonists. They were like, used for what they were used for, but they were okay. They added to the story. I did appreciate that. Dude in the red overalls, I kind of wanted more. I
Right.
want to know like what exactly else like he was capable of.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, first dude, don't like him. Don't like him at all.
So
Don't
problematic.
like him at all.
He
But
was
other
like
than
the
that,
worst.
for the that top middle dude, I did appreciate the psychology of them explaining what had happened to him. I did appreciate that because that can actually happen in real life with like trauma and brain damage and issues. So I thought that was pretty cool addition. But other than that, they were good they were good like small additions. They were
Right.
nothing to like even if they were like different characters or even if half of them weren't even in it, the anime still would be good.
Right. Because honestly, I think the only three that I really cared about were the first two, the same two that you mentioned, and the bottom right, the old man with the top hat. I
Yeah.
did want more, just like you said, of the guy in the overalls. It was kind of quick and easy. I wanted to know why he was doing what he was doing, how that started, if that was something new or he had been doing that, because all of these different characters had different reasons for doing what they were doing, and some of them had been doing it for years. Other people had been doing it like that was their first, close to their first time and stuff. So I
Mm.
wanted to know more, definitely, about him. But I think they probably could have xed out everyone, but I think it was necessary to build up the main story and also the main villain. And when you find
Yeah.
out why the main villain does what he does and his method and all that stuff like that, then it makes sense that we got the characters that we got.
Yeah.
So I didn't hate that at all. I actually really liked that. Oopsie. So with that, because I we can't really give away too much. Um, there is another character that I didn't put on here, and I just realized that. But her name is Kairu. The Every time someone dives into an idwell, the brilliant detective has to solve a particular murder. The murder is different every time, but the person that is murdered is the same each time, and that character's name is Kairu. You are going to, as the story progresses, you're going to learn more about Kairu, where Kairu comes from, and who Kairu is. If she is a part of the system, if she exists in the real world just like everybody else. So those are things that obviously would take away from the story if we express those things. But finding out the big reveal of Kairu and what Kairu is or isn't, where Kairu may or may not have come from. Did we like that, or did we think that it just complicated it a little bit too much?
I'm gonna give away too much.
What?
I missed the
I'm just making
question.
a thumbs up.
So the question was with Kairu in particular. Once we found out who Kairu was, where, like who she was or what she is, where she comes from, all of those things. Like when you get the big reveal and you find out more about Kairu, was that something that you enjoyed and you thought added to the story? Was that something you liked? Was that something that you felt like maybe made the story a little bit more confusing? Like, how did you feel finding out everything that you found out about Kairu?
Go ahead. Please go ahead.
I was like, yes and no. Yeah, it did add a little bit more confusion because there was still like some underlying questions I feel like weren't answered. But other than that, like I said, it's the same as Minority Report with the dudes and the girl in the water. It's the same thing. Yeah, so it wasn't like surprising or anything like that, but it did help to understand more of what was taking place and what was happening and why she was there.
I'd have to agree with Shar, but again, since that's not my cup of tea. Now, I'm a smart noodle for the most part, especially when it comes to math. As far as detective stuff, sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't. So, from the beginning, it was always going to be confusing to me because, like I said, I had to watch it several times just to get some pieces together. I was just like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think I could have been more confused than I already was throughout the entire thing. But that's just because that's how my brain works. So.
I get that. I understand that. Kairu's character was probably, in my opinion, the most stressful part of the anime because of half of the time there's so much unknown. And then it's almost like in the last 3 episodes, they just throw all this information and you find out more and more about this character. And you're like, damn, I didn't even think it was that deep. But they just, they threw it, they like pushed you in the rabbit hole and let you fall all the way to Wonderland for a minute there. I was like, golly. But I do, and there are some questions like, who she is, like what she is and stuff, like where did that come from? Has that happened before in this universe? Like, is this something, is this an anomaly? Like, what is this? But I will say that it added an added level of mystery and intrigue to the story. And I think that if it wasn't for us finding out more about this particular character, the anime would have ended on kind of like a question mark kind of note, like what did I just watch, where it still kind of ties it in and makes more sense, kind of like just like we said in Minority Report. You know, you never understand why the things in the water are the things that they are and can do what they do, but And even at the end, you never find that out. They never tell you where their abilities came from or whatever. It was like, we're just going to lock them away and now they can live peacefully without having to be used by the government. And it's like, okay, I'll go with it because it's a Tom Cruise movie and I love Tom Cruise movies. So I'll go with it. But that's really how it was. So, okay, so we liked the character design. We liked the opening music. Overall, we liked the stories, the main characters, the villains, and the world building in the system. So if you had to give me your rating out of, you already know, 5 uwus. Give me your rating, and then I want to know why, like, what did you need to give it a higher rating?
Like the slow.
I'm like, is that saying you're building up for your rating? Is that saying I don't want to go first?
I was trying to get Shar to go, but she was just like, I'm in. Nope.
I was just thinking.
So for me, out of 5 uwus, I'll give it. Because I don't know if I want to go like 3.75 or if I actually want to go 4 full uwus. I guess I'll abandon the decimal for today. I'll do 4.
I appreciate it. That makes the button easier. So, Sunkissed Waifu gives it a 4 out of 5 uwus. So, what you giving it, Shar? Let us know.
Out of 5 is so difficult because I do want to do like a decimal.
You can still do a decimal.
I know,
if
but
you
I'm
need
thinking
to.
like if it was out of 10, I'd probably give it like a. I'd give it like a 7.8. Like,
See?
you know what I mean? So if it was a out of 5, that's what.
So it'd be close to like the B range.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'd give it a mid 4. Like 4.
Oh, I forgot
Yeah.
you're in here.
Okay. I'd give it like a. Out of 5? Okay, out of 5, I'd give it a 3.8 then.
You were close to my rating. I mean,
yeah, because there's just it's a very well made anime. Characters, great lot of characters. The only thing I would want more from it was more explanation of like those intricate details that you can't fully grasp everything that's why everything took place, and you only get a not in-depth understanding of each character. You get a very brief kind of like synopsis, and you're just supposed to like get it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
so right. Like so even the director, I wish there was more like something to understand his way of thinking. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's just something more I want. It's still a very well executed anime, but I still had so many questions. Even watching it a second time, I still had questions. So yeah, I'd give it like close to a 4.
Okay. Okay. That's that. And for me, I think I definitely can say I understood it more watching it the second time around. But just like you said, wanting to know a little bit more of why some of the very crucial characters did what they did, or why they thought the way that they thought, how they got into this realm of work, all types of stuff, because there's multiple levels. Like even the last ending when they're talking about like all of this has been sealed and nobody can talk about it because they sign up for it in the beginning. Like, so y'all doing all this and you're just, okay, cool. That's all right. So, but not really understanding why, or even the bigger scheme of it is like, what was ever the real point? But, but for me, it didn't lack much. Like, would I put it up there with Psychopaths? Absolutely not. Just because.
Not absolutely not.
Well, I'm going to say it because to me, Psychopaths is perfection incarnate when it comes to stuff like that. I'm going to be honest. It doesn't get much more interesting and intricate as Psychopaths was for me. But I did really, really, really enjoy it. I talk about it a lot. I've recommended it quite a bit. So I'm going to give it a 4. And I think it probably could have went up if there was a season 2 where they would have kind of delved into that a little bit more. Then I feel like it would have went up for me. So I'm going to give it 4. So everybody, that is our ID Invaded anime review. If you want to check it out, it is on Crunchyroll in sub and in dub, so that's where you can find it. I'm sure you can find it some other places because, like I mentioned before, it came out in 2020. So it is not a new anime, but it is definitely worth checking it out. All of us with an average of about a 4 out of 5 oohs would say that it is recommended by us. And what's great is that actually concludes our anime review series. We may tap into it if we get some more good stuff later on down the line, but there are a lot of themes in anime that we can touch on. So we just wanted to give you a couple of detective anime that we either like. Actually, no, we're definitely going to give you one later in the year because Shar and I are not letting up on making sure that Sunkissed Waifu watches every season of Bungo Stray Dogs. And while we're at it, I'm probably just going to go on and drop Psychopaths on there too because it's only right. And so by the end of the year, we will come back to the anime. We would come back to detective anime and we will discuss all of that. And that's great too because actually we should start with Psychopaths first because Psychopaths actually just came out with a movie this past year called Psychopaths Providence. And then we can review the movies. So within another month or so, madam, be prepared. Everybody get excited because we're going to give you a Psychopaths review. And we may even let Sunkissed Waifu host it. Maybe we should do that. Let you host it. Yeah.
Jesus, are you there?
It sounds like a great idea. Yeah,
Lord,
we're going to push that.
You're calling me.
Yeah, the Lord is calling
Wow.
you to detective anime. And the front seat. We're going to give you the pilot seat.
Okay, we'll see. But I have a proposition. If I have to watch Bungo Stray Dogs, then somebody over here,
I already know
what's
coming. I wish I had my wand.
You know what's coming, man.
You know it was coming. Y'all, Honey Shar has not watched all of Harry Potter.
I get the gist of it, though. I could tell you everything that happens. I can answer any question y'all have.
That's not true.
I don't have to watch it to know.
That's not how that works.
Read the books either, right?
That is a proposition.
I read some of the books. And I mean, I read some of the books.
Okay, I'm glad that you at least read some of the books, but we're gonna get you into Harry Potter, and then we're gonna all take a trip to Harry Potter World, which is a great place to be.
Universal is nice.
Yeah, I love it. I go there every chance. Like anytime I go to Disney now, like if I'm in Orlando, I'm going to Harry Potter World. Just for a new wand, if nothing else. It used to be for the butterbeer, but I can't indulge anymore, so it's wands. I spend my money and my impulse on wands. Okay, so we're going to do one more thing before we get out of here. So since we've been in the detective mood and, we gave y'all a Velma cosplay, what better thing to do than to test our observation hockey with a couple of differences games. So what we're going to do is I'm going to share my screen and we are going to do probably about 4 or 5. And all of them, I believe, have 5 things that are differences in both picture. We are going to try and see if we can find them all. I would say to determine who has the best observation hockey on here, but I do know that this may come up a little small on Shar's screen. So we're going to test it out. If not, then we'll do it as a group. Okay.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Let's share my screen. Let's make sure the porn's closed in the background. I'm just kidding. I don't watch porn up here. I do that on my phone. No, I'm just kidding. It's like I do that on my phone. No, I don't. That's a joke, guys. Haha. Okay.
Right.
No, it is. I like the real thing. I don't. No. Anyways, let's move on. So this is 500 differences. It's going to give us a quick websites. Okay.
Say hello to my little friend.
It's gonna be on a timer. When it pops up, Shar, let me see if you can see it well enough to do one on your own. And then if not, we'll do it as a group.
Uh,
Okay. Oh, as you can see, I played it to test it. Okay, so this is the first one up. Can we see everything?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
sure.
Who wants to go first?
I'll
Let
go
me pause
first.
it. Okay.
So the yellow and the green. The box, like under the ladder, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can go again, or is it? I'm just going all the way
No,
through.
it's all you. This one's all
Okay,
you.
so the box is on the left. The water bottle behind the headphones, or whatever that is. I have to find 5?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jesus, take the wheel. Okay. Oh, the speaker underneath on the far right. And
I found it.
Oh, the motorcycle picture.
There we go. 3 stars. You did it.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're like, thank you very much. Okay. Shar, do you want to go next?
Sure. Hold on.
She's like, not really. Okay. Just let me know when to click play. Oh, shoot. Good thing I looked over. We lost her.
What happened?
It says the device wasn't connected or something. Something happened.
Sorry, don't leave it.
She did that on purpose. She didn't want to go. It's okay. She'll come back. So I'll go next. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, that's fine. There's one more. Oof. And I feel like it's right in my face too.
They're always just right in our faces.
Thinkity.
I'm stuck on this one.
It is. This is crazy. This is interesting.
I feel like yours is harder.
They probably are getting harder. Remember, I did the first 2 when I was testing it out. So. I found it. Oh, there's still one more.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Because then I'll think it's like the bricks, but I'm like, no, my eyes have to adjust. They're the same color.
Right. Well, this is it. This is a tough one. And see, because I don't like to lose, I have to find it.
I can't even help you on this one because I don't.
Damn. This one is really tough. Where was the last one?
I don't know. Come on now. It had. They're lying. There is no fifth one.
Right. That's how I feel.
They sit on a throne of lies.
I kind of want to just hit a spot, but then it's like, no, I don't.
You have what? Six hints?
1, 2, 3. Oh, no, I have 4. Oh, I do. I have 6 hints. I don't know. I don't want to do the hint. Do I?
I don't know. We're already on going on 3.5 minutes.
You're right. Of me just sitting here looking. Bitch.
I know you lying.
First off,
After graduating with your BSN from WGU's pre-licensure nursing program, you'll be prepared to take the
that thing was blending in. They think they slick.
No, not the nose.
Yeah, that was that hurt. I'm mad about that.
Oh, not the nose. I can't.
Char, you back?
Yeah.
You ready to do this?
Sure. I can't really see, but yeah.
Well, we can help you out.
All right,
let's see.
Okay, I already found one.
Okay, so the traffic light thing. The color of the bus. The lines on the road.
Got that.
Wait, I just lost it. Hold on. The 1, 2, 3, 1.
I found it. Okay. She actually helped me by counting.
The windows on the back of the building. And then
I see the last.
It was. Dang, I just had it.
You got this. You want help?
Nah, I just saw it. Hold on.
Staring you dead in your face.
You said what?
I said it's staring you dead in your face.
Oh, the building, the height of the building.
The pink building on the left.
Oh, okay. I was like, which one? Ciao.
Hey.
Yay!
Most crying back problems are caused by compression from the disc becoming thinner and thinner and thinner.
I had to put it right next to my face. Okay.
All right, another round. Aisha, you're up.
Alrighty. Ready?
Oh, pieces.
Oh, this is how we feel? Okay, so the edge, or just behind the monitor? That green thing? The whole of the pizza box. On the outside of the crush. Pepperoni on that far left piece. Or the second piece. Yep. Oh, the cord underneath the table. And oh, the label on the pizza box.
Clearly, Aisha is a one-piece Negro because she's had the best observation hockey thus far.
Thank you, Carmen.
Okay. It's on me this time. Let's see. Of course, another freaking building.
At least it's not a puppy.
Save it. And it's just like so much going on. It looks like it's one whole damn thing.
Mm-hmm. I see several.
Okay. I'm happy for you, Aisha.
You can do it. You can do it. You can do it.
Ah.
Yay!
It's because every time I look to the left to look at the other picture, I was like, wait, how far does this picture go? So I'm like going back and forth. It's like I said, they blended in way too well together. Okay, and this will be the last one we do, and this is for Shar. You ready?
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, the strawberry and the little cake thingy. The stem of the cherry. The coffee in the back. The cherry on the cake in the back.
The cherry on the cake.
On the top of it.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I was looking for a cherry. That's a strawberry.
Does the more room on the cup count or no?
More room on the cup.
You can see more of the cup on the other picture than one.
I don't know. Maybe I can push it. And you're correct.
All right.
3 stars all the way around.
3 stars. Okay. So we just did that. It currently just, I guess I was like, what? Alrighty. That was that. Let's move this all over. So that was our show. We have given you guys lots to think about over the past couple of weeks when it comes to detective anime and what we like and what we don't like. We've tested our observation hockey. We have blind ranked detective anime. We have built our own detective team out of $15 off of a list of a bunch of detectives in a multitude of different forms of media. Mm-hmm. And I think that's all we can give you when it comes to detective anime. Well, it's not all we can give you, but it is all we're going to give you for now. Because if you don't know, we're about to go into the love season, honey. And I don't know about you, but I love love, but I also love to hate love. So we'll be delving into some new anime, like maybe judge how we're feeling about A Sign of Affection, which just FYI I started watching and I'm addicted. It's a problem now. I'm really mad at it because now I gotta wait week to week. But yeah, we're gonna pull some of those your favorite toxic relationships out of the woodworks in anime. I think we'll talk about that a little bit. Maybe some unrequited love.
Toxic relationships, not characters.
Right, relationships, because there's a lot of characters we do not have. You looking at me?
I'm looking at you.
Why?
Because your baby daddy is the most toxic character of it all.
Leave me be, okay? Also, he's not my. Well, yes, he is. I don't even.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're gonna be doing that. I'm sure we're gonna give you some cosplays. Also, if you're not already following the Discord, message us on Waifu Views Facebook page, and we'll send you the link. I actually have been in there the past 3 nights watching anime. So if you ever want to pop in, I'm going to try and set up a stream at least once a week where I will let everybody know ahead of time that I'm doing it. But I have just been trying to catch up on some of the new anime for the winter season, catching up on about 3 episodes of that, doing some research and whatnot. But we will be in there. I'm sure we're going to have a game stream for you guys soon, because I don't know about y'all, but I want to hop on Power World. Monopoly Go has stressed me out and taken all my money, and so now I have to enslave Pokemon and have them do my dirty work. And so that's something that will probably come within this upcoming month. We're going to be giving you guys some cosplays as well. And yeah, so much respect. Thank you. We appreciate the respect. And so that's really all we have for you guys right now. Everybody, remind everyone who you are and where they can find you, what you got going on, etc., etc., so we can go on and get up out of here.
Alrighty, it is Aisha Morgan on Facebook. Everywhere else, it will be Sunkissed Waifu. That is Sunkissed_waifu. That's TikTok, Twitch, Instagram, and that thing formerly known as Twitter.
And I'm your goofy neighborhood waifu, Honey Shar. I go by A Shar of Honey on all platforms. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook at A Shar of Honey. Like a jar of honey, only sweeter.
Sweet like candy. Love it. Speaking of which, I want
corn.
candy. We're not gonna start that today. We can say, she said sweet like candy, but not like candy corn. See, she said don't start. That was the don't start. Because we'll be on here for a whole nother hour talking about candy corn. And guess what? Spooky season is going to be upon us before we know it. And you're going to wish that you're going to be thankful that we didn't talk about candy corn until then. Because I'm going to talk my shit. I'm going to have to figure out how to make a candy corn dish that's actually tasty. Because the candy is wax.
No, ma'am. That is a biased opinion. We are not listening to you on that.
I'm a confection candy corn it up.
Oh my
gosh. And I am your girl, Ebony Moonbeam. You can find me at Ebony_Moonbeam on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, all that jazz. I am once again a cosplayer. I will be giving you a cosplay within the next 2 weeks, probably 2. Not 2 weeks, 2 cosplays. And I also do have more independent content that's coming out that is Blurred related. That will be out before the end of the week. I can guarantee you of that. And so be sure to check that out. Also follow Waifu Views on all social media platforms. We did actually go live through Instagram tonight. It cut off at an hour, so we may have to go back to doing hour-long shows. But we like to procrastinate and talk to you guys and interact with the viewers and stuff. So it may just be ending at an hour. It is what it is. But you can find us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, also on Discord. So you can find us just about everywhere. We're going to be giving you more stuff this year. We've had a really solid year so far. We are going to be coming up on an anniversary in about 2 months. So we'll definitely be partying for that. And yeah, be sure to check out the Blur Cartel, blur.com. Shout out to Business Minded Talk and Blurred Media Television, which is his counterpart on TikTok. And yeah, thank you for joining us this evening. We will be back to our regularly scheduled time this upcoming week, which is Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time. Thank you for joining us and closing out the Detective Animated Series with us. And we'll see you in the love season. Shark's giving balloons.
How'd I get balloons?